Welcome back to my studio. I seriously feel like I have started every vlog for the last month in this spot, painting this golf bag. But I promise this is the week I am completing this. It's a big project, you know? You have to paint each side and seal each side individually. I haven't been able to like work on the whole thing at the same time. And my hair decided to be very 70s today. I just had a call and I feel like it was giving a touch of dance recital, but they will fall out over time. Speaking of my call, I just had a little FaceTime with clients about a potential mural. This is somewhat of a corporate project and we had the call later in the day, so it's actually dark out now. We're winding down. I don't think you can see him, but I've got my watchdog managing the situation. He's like been running all around because I gave him a little bone. We ran today, so he's like pretty set for right now, but he's really watching out the windows. Here is a new little section of the golf bag I just painted. This is on this whole back side. So it's the first portion I've painted. And in last week's vlog, I talked about how we're moving the artwork from this side onto this larger pocket on the other side. And he gave me the go-ahead to fill this with palm trees or honestly whatever else I had in mind. My client was really happy with the palm trees, as was I. They really have a lot of fun movement and add some liveliness and like they really fit to the curvature of the bag, which is why I thought another 7 of them right here might be really cool. So the back is starting to come together. I'm about to draw a little saguaro cactus icon on there. So you can see this was my sketch concept for my client. I sketched right on top of photos of the bag. Those colors on the sketches don't match exactly. He gave me quite a lot of creative freedom. When I started this, I really wasn't sure how the paints would perform on here and like which tools would work best. So essentially now that I have painted some of the larger scenes, I'm just trying to make the rest coordinate and like use those same color palettes so the bag feels really cohesive. Let's add this saguaro on here. I know you can't see how I'm painting it, but I need to kind of get in at this weird angle. It's nice it has a little handle to work with here. All right. There's the little saguaro. I did the same color to coordinate with the 3 little trio of quail. All right, how many more sections do I have? Oh, that's right, okay. Some of this I can keep going on. You can tell I'm decisive. I was like, oh, I got the green light to do this, I'm doing it. There's a sun up here that's pink and red, so I'm laying down pink. And I didn't mention, I didn't really vlog anything else today because I was at my computer the whole day, which is good for a Monday. I feel like I got a good picture of my week and I had some projects I needed to quote and invoice, one of which is another mural. The date that one will be painted is to be determined. Another project was live painting, which I don't know how much I've talked about that on my channel, but I do live painting for like corporate groups. I've also done weddings, but I don't paint a lot of portraiture, so my art is best suited when it's like nature, landscapes, botanical scenes. So often that's me like painting a canvas and like making a single original on canvas. But I've also gotten to do some other creative things like smaller paintings that guests can take away and, you know, other concepts. I'm hoping the next one I'm planning works out because I actually worked with a new client back in December at an event in Tucson, Arizona, and it was a new kind of live painting concept and it came out really nice. So they're proposing something similar. So that should be great. This is going to be a big week. There's a lot that needs to get done. Not just this, not just those mural plans. So it should be a fun one. And of course, like I told you at the end of last week's vlog, I have my first art market of 2025 this weekend at Desert Botanical Garden on Saturday and Sunday. So there's a lot to do. Happy Tuesday. I've yet to even finish my coffee, not to be confused with my paint water. This was actually one of my coffee cups and it was sitting next to a paint cup and I accidentally stuck my brush inside, and I was using enamel paint and I could not get it off the glass. So it has been deemed a paint cup. I wanted to mention this was included in one of my art supply hauls a couple weeks ago, and to report back on it, this soap is for cleaning your brushes. I'm a big fan. It works very nicely. It's very gentle. I would say if you're someone that likes to wash your brushes in your palm, this is perfect. I left these two brushes out last night accidentally with paint still on them, and I soaked them in water for about a half hour and then used the soap, and voila. Although this one is getting me trouble. I always talk about how I love cheap brushes and think they perform great for certain situations, and the bristles are like going all the way inside the brush, so my days are probably numbered with this one. You can tell I haven't had my coffee. I'm so like monotone. This is where I left off yesterday. I really have a lot to do today. I gotta grab my iPad, but I'm planning on giving this another coat. This little scene is gonna take like quite a few layers because the cacti are in like a garden in a sense, like layered on top of each other. So I have to finalize each layer of cacti before I go forward. And of course those need like a couple coats of paint at least, but we're looking good. Oh, I also got some frames that arrived. I love this little gold bamboo style. I have one in my studio here, framing one of my prints. I had got these intended for these cacti paintings, so I got 3 of them. If you saw last week's vlog, we had a frame fail. These are much better, I'm happy to report. And they came with the mat. That is lovely. I haven't matted that many pieces typically, but I actually just helped my mom pick out frames with mats for a series of 4 paintings I made for them. And we were doing like an online mock-up, and we did a double mat. So it was like a standard width mat that was white, and then there was an accent mat of green, like a soft green around the edges. And wow, did that ever look good. The paintings are small, they're only 5 by 7. They're like this. So it really gave some nice weight to the painting. I'll share those on here once they get completed. We're about to send the art in to be framed. Lastly, before I jump in, this is a really tricky area for me to film because I need to really get in here at different angles. If I'm not showing as much process, that's why. It's just a little bit tricky. We are gonna pack a few orders. I'm really trying to move fast today because we are going to the VET this afternoon. I just have a lot to accomplish, and I know since that's at 3:30, it's gonna just like eat up the end of the day. I have a lot of orders for my retailers that I could process because I had some things restock, like postcards, but none of those are like totally ready to go out. Maybe one of them actually, but I need to make a lot of jewelry for it, so that's just not the plan today. I have a few smaller customer orders I'm gonna do instead. The first order is for a calendar. I know we're into February now, but I do have like, I don't know, 10 or so calendars left. I don't know what I was so worried about because that didn't take very much time. My best friend is texting me asking if she gets Beyonce tickets if I want to go this summer. We've been talking about the dates and the options and stuff. Yeah, I feel like I'm being hard on myself today, which is silly because I've really gotten an early start today and made a lot of progress. When I think about what my main goal is for 2025, it has been to not stress about time and like watch the clock so much, because it was a really weird habit I got into at the end of last year. I think I just love when my days feel full, and I think I have moved away from like productivity equaling success, but it is still like very hardwired in me, and I more so just want to have like a nice flow, and like it's not worth it to be approaching all of my days and my projects with that kind of stress. So I'm releasing that now. I got the orders packed like very quickly. Anyway, this has dried and I want to frame it so it's nice and protected. I felt kind of nervous with it being out on my desk, being such a delicate piece. This frame is nice because it can be hung or displayed with a stand. Sometimes I get some that are only for the wall, which is fine if they're large, but if they're small, I really like the functionality and it helps me to be able to display them at markets. Look at that. That makes me happy. This is gonna be a hard one for me to part with, but I think that's a sign that I'm really proud of it. And I think it's also a sign I should just make more. So I keep one for myself. I'm planning to bring this to my market at Desert Botanical Garden this weekend. But since I filmed the process and I need to just snap some photos of it, I think I'll also list it on my website in the meantime. I think I showed you in the last vlog. It came with a very satisfying box. So I know myself well. If I don't label this, it'll be out of sight, out of mind. Hummingbird collage. She is labeled. We will not forget. We saw Beyonce and Jay-Z on the Run tour in Pasadena. That was just such a fun trip. And my favorite memory from that trip is that, of course, the concert was incredible. I still to this day like remember so much of it. I was really blown away. One of my favorite memories from that trip is that my best friend and I love Baskin-Robbins. It's been like a fun childhood memory for us because we danced together and we used to go there after recitals. We also went to the Sugar Bowl in Old Town Scottsdale. That's like our neighborhood. But we also love Dairy Queen, now that I think about it. We just really like ice cream. Like I could say all three of those things are like top tier places for us. It's not even like one has more memories over the other. In Pasadena, our hotel was near a Baskin-Robbins that had a drive-through. Never in my life have I seen that, and it was so funny because we actually thought it was like some kind of like office, like a corporate office of Baskin-Robbins because of the way it looked. It was like so unassuming, and then it was a drive-through. We definitely got it twice. Let me give you a golf bag update before I get into my work. So as you know, I'm putting palm trees on this side now. And this is how far I got. I had to let the first layer of paint dry. And this side is looking real good. I just need to add the fruit to the prickly pear on that side and some blooms to the top of this saguaro. And I also started this little area with more sunset, more cacti, a roadrunner. She's coming together. It's 8 o'clock and I'm just finishing my work day. Not an ideal schedule, but we ended up not getting back from the vet until Bogey just stole something. Hold on. He used to chew all of our cardboard boxes. I never thought it would go away, but he's gotten a lot better. But he did steal this label off, a sticker off of one of the boxes. Yeah, we didn't end up getting back until 5. Once I fed him and everything, I started working on the mural concepts again, continuing them from earlier today. I did tell my client they might come in Wednesday morning, but I was feeling like I was pretty close to having them ready, so I just wanted to get them done and sent off. So we're wrapping up now at 8:15. I still have this coffee in here. I realized I had a third coffee and that's what was making me feel kind of anxious. So I had like 2 sips of it and then decided to be done, which was growth. You know, there was a time where I would have just drank it all. And I guess the only tricky thing about vlogging being a designer and artist with client work is I'm not gonna share what I was developing just yet, because I want to wait until they choose what they like and it's finalized and we're moving forward. But I will tend to share a lot of that like on Instagram. Once a project is developing, I might show like some of the sketch concepts and then where we ended up. It's not like you'll never see it. I'm just not going to film it right now. And I was like totally focused on it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Are you so happy with your puppy?
Tired guy. I feel alive this morning. We got an early start today. Bogey and I haven't run in a little bit, and we ran this morning. 6-legged run club was at it again, and I was gonna say I think, but I know today was our personal best time. We really ran a lot. It was so fun. I just made kale pineapple protein smoothie. Basically the same thing I had at Smoothie King the other day, but it didn't cost $8. I forgot to put lemon juice in there. That would have made it a little bit better. I feel great. We tried to run the other day and I don't know what's going on. I just like couldn't the other day. So to have such a fast positive one today was really fun. And now we are both set for painting the rest of the day. I worked on quite a few areas of the golf bag today so far. I got the palm trees finished. Oh, I'm glad we vlogged this because I needed to touch up this area. Okay, touched up the bottom too. The palm trees have been really fun because I did not just use one shade of green. I went in with a second one and blended it all out. This area is also complete. My camera is not showing the contrast very high, but with my eye, the differentiation between these two colors is a lot stronger, so it pops nicely. Got that cute sun at the top. The Roadrunner is all done with this fun little accent. So you can see why it was important to me for everything to be cohesive, because when you're looking at this scene, you're also looking at this. So I wanted the same color palette. I really think the palm trees was a wonderful addition because there's now just like a sense of greenery around the whole golf bag because of the ocotillo on the sides and all of this. So here's the other side. I'm leaving this sky, and then I just did this sky, and I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want to put another cactus there. I feel like it'll look like it's floating. So that's all come together. You can see this whole side. I just painted this yellow and it's all coming together. Now there is going to be a fun landscape happening around the bottom. It's just going to be a solid color silhouette of a bunch of different mountains in Arizona. So we have Superstitions, Camelback, Tom's Thumb, what is that? McDowell. I can't remember what the other one is, but they're gonna wrap all around the bottom. I think I'm gonna do that in red. I had it in fuchsia on my sketch, but I have not used fuchsia throughout this whole project. I have done more like greens and reds. I do want to give my Roadrunner like a little accent there. Well, I totally was looking at the painting. I didn't film what I was doing, but he has a little eye now. That's cute.
Excuse me. Excuse me. May I help you? Are you lounging? I feel like he's having a photo shoot right now, looking so handsome.
I just got ready to go to an event, actually a YouTube event, which is very meta. I hate that Meta now is like a company because you can't say that phrase anymore without it sounding like you're talking about Meta, but I just mean like we're on YouTube, going to a YouTube event. It's a Valentine's event. I have been to a couple other like YouTube music events where the dress code was casual chic, red and pink for Valentine's optional. So of course I went with the theme. I have worn these previously to a YouTube event. I'm like very aware. I was like, am I wearing the same outfit? But just the earrings are the same. Sparkly cherries. My dress is like satin, which I felt like was too chic. So I thought I would dress it down with a jean jacket, and I have cowgirl boots that are like really floral and fun, embroidered, that I've only worn a couple times since getting them in Nashville. They're orange, but it'll work. Orange, red, pink is totally goes together. I don't even know why I pointed that out, because I don't really believe that you have to be like matchy-matchy. Like that's the point of eclectic style. But forgive this shot, but these are the boots I'm wearing. This weekend is my pop-up at Desert Botanical Garden. Today's actually Sunday, so it's the second day of the market. It's noon to 4 both days. Yesterday was great. So this event is called Vines and Finds. So the concept is that there's wine tasting in the garden, and then you come indoors and enjoy all the local vendors. I want to say there's like 20 of us. There's art, jewelry, apparel, chocolates, jelly, a lot of good goodies, and it's been really fun. The garden is beautiful, of course, and it's cool to have this activity, so everyone's just coming in and out, enjoying their wine and enjoying art. It was fun for me because I haven't been bringing as many originals to my events lately, just because I find them harder to keep nice when you're like packing all of your art back up I find it easier to like keep products nice because you can like stack all the same type together, like all the art prints and all the greeting cards, but the originals are just more fragile inherently and like unique shapes. But for this one, I just packed up some of the newest ones I had and I just tried to keep them safe, and I did send home a couple of those, which is just really nice because I feel like with those being one-of-one pieces, they just like go home with the person they're meant to. So that was great, and we're doing it again today. It should be fun. It's another gorgeous day and happy to be there. It's the end of Sunday's event. I'm all packed up. It was another awesome day. I really enjoyed being there, and they have done a ton of events, of course, at the garden, but this one was kind of like a combination of different events, and this was the first year they did Vines and Finds, and I thought it was wonderful. I'm gonna go to dinner in downtown Phoenix with my bestie tonight and just enjoy and walk around. I'll probably change into something fun, maybe a little more dressy, but I think I'll wrap up the vlog here. So thanks so much for watching, and I'm definitely feeling inspired by YouTube this week, especially having attended that awesome YouTube Creators event. I met so many inspiring YouTubers there, and I got some ideas for my content. So that is to come on this channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.